Hey,
Kia ora,
Thane.
everyone. How's it going? 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd rushes in.
What
See
happened to your
I
eyebrow?
did? So straight off the bat, man, this is great. Yeah, I love it.
What happened?
So what happened, guys, is I shaved today. As you can see, I'm nice and shaven and all
Like
that
a
kind of
little
stuff.
shorn sheep.
You know, taking this back a little, because it was really growing out. I'll just see
yeah.
Bomber on playback, and I'm like, I got to change this up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just thought I'd change it. And then I was experimenting with the eyebrows and the ears, getting all the unwanted hair out, and I
Right.
clipped this one over here.
Oh, yes, I see it.
But if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. You see, but now you do know.
Now you
Everybody
know.
knows. Yeah.
That's right.
What are you doing over there? Describe what's happening here.
So every couple of days I wash my hair and I did a little treatment, and there's sort of a routine for me. I'm sure it's like this for many other women. What's that irritating sound going on in the background?
Was it me or you?
Yeah, no, that's you.
Okay, sorry.
When you do wash your hair and stuff, it all takes quite a bit of time, and then you've got to dry it. And if you're a person who dries with a blow dryer or something, then you've got that to do. But if you're a person who lets it dry naturally, like me, then I
Yes.
do the styling portion of it later, and then that kind of sets me up for the next few days. I don't have to do anything.
Gotcha.
And today was my wash day, and it's just dried, and I thought, well, I've got to do it. And look, after the show is too late, I'm not going to have time, so I'm just going to have to do it, and you're all going to have to just unfortunately watch this process. Right now I'm in the curly Sue stages.
Quite the curly Sue going on there. Yes, you're absolutely
Quite
right.
the curly Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am paying attention to you. I'm just sharing the show around all these bloody other pages.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So now we're on the last quarter of the hair, and we're going to curly Sue the rest of it, and then we're going to brush it all out.
The shit out of that hair.
Going to curly Sue the shit out of this, and then we're going to brush it out and see if we can't make some magic here tonight.
Okay, fantastic. So no matter where you are watching throughout our beautiful country, thank you very much for tuning in.
Or internationally.
Or internationally, that's right. I'm popping it on all kinds of things, and I don't even know what these are. The Vault, because we're men 8, 500 millennials of Omaha, Shameless Who is
on
NZ.
Facebook pages.
Yeah, so these are just going to be the Māori Land Service. Up it goes on the Māori Land Service. The Ponsonby Grapevine, Blockhouse Bay Private Group, New Zealand Pubs, past and present, Devonport Locals, always boots me out. But yeah,
I apologise to all these groups for this.
North Shore, the Rock 2000 Fanatics page. So there you go. Let's now just kick on with the show. There's enough people watching. Hi, everybody. You can Facebook chat us by just throwing a little comment in the comment section of the post, and they will come up. Yeah, nice one. Let's bring in our good friend, Spinny Mack. Return of the Mack. Saturday night. Here you go,
how's everybody doing out there? Do you read me loud and clear?
We got
loud and clear.
Thumbs up.
Fucking excellent. Well, everybody, we've made it to the end of another bloody week, and we are absolutely wrapped. Everyone's feeling markedly better. So I'm reporting in to say that, yes, I am indeed the motherfucking fact checker, and I will be back here checking facts all night long. So if anybody tries to give you any misinformation, spreading disinformation, or any fabrication of information, I'll be here writing it down analog, using this analog pen and this analog paper. So don't worry, we're not going to run into any hacking or any sort of coercion. No Russian coercion or anything like that.
Thank you very much.
It's all safe here.
Great. If you're new to the show, there he is, everybody. This is who he is. He is Benny Mack, our fact checker. Let's have a look what's happening on tonight's show, everyone. We've got New Zealand's most positive person. His name's Sam, from a little group called Better Than Before. What do I mean little? This guy is kicking off on all the scrams on the social. He's doing a very good job, and he's all about positivity. And so if you can't stand positive people, then you're going to hate this interview. But if you need some positive energy in your life, this guy is the ticket. Plus, I've got a bagpiper a bit later on who featured on 7 Sharp. He's kind of famous in Devonport. So that's why so and look at that smile. Oh, look at that smile.
Cheeky, isn't he?
He's all cheeks. And I suppose you need a lot of
more positive than Mr. Positive.
Absolutely. I wonder where Michelle is. Has anyone seen Michelle? We haven't seen her come up on
just put a message in there.
G'day, Michelle. How are you? And look who the cat dragged in.
Oh gosh.
God, what have we got going on here?
Hello, team. How are we? Hey, I want to see who's more positive than me, him or him.
Mate, he's coming up, and you're really giving off that little magnum a once over, aren't you?
Just want to know what it really feels like.
I love it. And what are you doing with that top on? Is that got some kind of vest tonight?
It's just one netball, Thane.
It's my overalls. It's my overalls. I've been doing a bit of work on the car. You know, it's just a bit of work.
Oh my God.
Don't want to get oil all over my body.
Fair enough, mate. We can't have that.
Oh, so she's doing her hair too. See, it's a thing.
It is a thing. Yeah, it is. Getting your hair done.
Now, can I tell you a little fact that a lot of people don't know?
Tell me.
I used to play in a pipe band.
Yeah. Okay, so what? Okay, so you'll know some of the terminology. What's some of the terminology?
Yeah.
What
is absolutely.
It?
Like I used to play in a snare drum. I was in a snare drum, and in my age at under 13, I was Auckland champion for individual snare drummer in a pipe band. And City of Papakura, which was part of my pipe band, I tried to pick out a few photos, but Mum must have them. So I'll get those for you. Just prove it. And I had the cool board and carton, and you get your bagpipes. That sort of stuff.
Is that Scotland the Brave?
Yeah. That's why I was going through all the photos.
All right.
As I was going through all the photos, I found this little gem.
Oh my God! Look at this guy.
It's Luke Dallow at the age of probably 5.
5 years old. Skivvy on.
Wasn't I a gorgeous little fella?
What a cutie. And also the thing is, they never tell you should do your hair at school photos, eh? What's going on with that?
Exactly. Yeah. Did you see that, Sophia?
I did.
What did you think of me?
Yeah, let's see it again.
One more time. Hold it up to the camera, mate. Right up there. Here he is. Baby Dallow.
Very cute. Remember when skivvies were all the rage?
Oh, skivvy, and I had the brown shorts and the stubbies, I think they were, and had to walk home in bare feet, had no money.
Skip to you growing up, and tonight we were supposed to do this, the Luke Dallow Celebrity Sleepover.
Yeah.
What's going on, matey?
What's going on with that photo?
Yeah, what the hell is going on with that photo? Get rid of that photo, man.
Get rid of that photo immediately.
You want me to get some real bad photos of you, Thane?
No, not at all.
It's a terrible photo. I don't look like that.
Hey, look. I just needed a photo of you standing up, right? A nice whole photo, because at the moment all your photos are you in exercise gear. I needed you looking respectable.
Well, I will. I'll give you a more decent one then. That is terrible.
All right.
Like your eyes were going, no.
Oh, man, that was when I was weighing about 123 kgs and looking really puffy, like I've been stung by a bloody bee. Hey, get rid of that bloody thing now.
Hello, Puff. Fantastic.
I'll show you a photo of you. Oh, a bit of peppermint there. Hey, but the reason I didn't want to do this tonight is I think we should use this as a charity event. Is that, look, if people can donate, we must have a donating arm here, and you can watch me sleep all night. But I want donations in there, and we'll put it to a mental health, men's mental health.
Well, look, I mean, to be honest, matey, we can start this now. We've got the PayPal and everything lined up, and the donations people can start going through. So why don't we build it up next week, and then on a Friday night or whenever?
Yeah, we should probably also think about how we monetize the actual show as well. What are we going to do there?
Mm.
Let's think about that next week. But let's get back to the sleepover, celebrity sleepover.
Don't
Yep.
make him sleep over tonight. He's obviously not ready for it.
He's not ready to go.
Let's take our time
Yeah.
and work
Let's
it
do-
out. Brian is lost. He's got no idea what we're talking about. Let's fill him in.
Okay.
What's the story here? So basically, what we're going to do is Luke, there's a couple of things we've learned about Luke. Luke sleeps in the nude, and also Luke snores in his sleep because he's got one of those sleep tracker things. Now, what's happened is he's agreed to have his laptop set up in his bedroom where we're going to watch him for most of the night. And I suppose we can play little sounds and bits and pieces, but of course you got to make a little donation along the way if you're going to watch this free content. This is like his OnlyFans.
Absolutely. So, and I want to do it. And if you donate, I'll donate it to. That money will go to mental health and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
So what actually
Hold there, Luke. Hold there, Luke. We've got some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The All Blacks have won.
Oh,
I just found out. I don't know.
that
Did you
was
know?
a boring game, honestly.
Yeah. What was the game? Did you see it?
Yeah, I do. It was boring.
Yeah. Boring. Predictable.
The women's netball last night was far more exciting.
All right, shit. So anyway, picking it up. What are you saying? So next week we'll tell you how you can donate. Next week we'll find a charity, but if you've got any ideas on charity, send them through now on our comments, and then we'll agree on a charity.
Mike King as well, and maybe do something with. He's got all sorts of ways that we know operate on the ground. Because you don't want to give it to a charity that you don't know where that money goes, and you don't know if it's reaching, some bureaucratic situation.
All right, guys.
Someone and have a chat with them.
Yeah, but let's definitely get that sorted out so that we can have our live stream. Are you clear Friday, Saturday night? What's your deal?
I reckon we'll do it Friday night and talk about it Saturday. Have that flow-on effect. But I was thinking I'd probably go to bed about 10 o'clock. You guys can all watch me for half an hour to get everyone in the mood.
Yeah.
And I'll have my teddy bears ready and
you'll be ready to go.
How are you going to get off to sleep, though? That's what I want to know. I wouldn't be able to get off to sleep.
Oh, I was about 15 Heinekens and a bottle of wine.
Oh, yeah.
There
Okay.
Our special guest here, everyone. Let's go and do that now. G'day, Sam. How are you, mate? All right?
Yeah, not too shabby yourself. Just watch the All Blacks get the job done, so pretty exciting.
We heard that it was a fairly boring game. Nothing much to report for that 100th test.
Nah, not a lot to be fair. Like the boys had a shocker, handling errors and all that sort of stuff, but went down to the wire and bit of a clutch kick right at the end in the last minute to seal the deal. So we still took it away, which was good.
Look at you in your studio. The most positive man in New Zealand has got a kick-ass studio. Wow.
Yeah, I used to think that I was setting this up to drink a few shandies, and that'll change during this journey. So yeah, it's just my little space that I've created to get a little bit creative and work on the meditation and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's completely changed from what I thought it was originally. That's for sure.
Can you walk us through that sign behind you? Better than before. What's the deal there?
So this year was pretty much born in sort of March. So I was reflecting, just trying to figure out who I was as a person. My son was due in sort of January, and I just felt like I wasn't figuring or seeing what I was truly capable of. So I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna commit to myself, give up alcohol for 12 months, which for me, I like a beverage or 50. So it was a bit of a challenge, and I always wanted to do something like that. And then there was a few other things that I just wanted to, make sure that I was present for my son for the first year and that sort of stuff. And yeah, just challenge myself. And then within those first 3 months, the game sort of changed, and all these wonderful things just started to happen. So from then I just committed and was like, you know what, I'm going to stick to this because I'm in a far better headspace. I started training hard, nutrition and stuff like that. I was dropping the weight. So I was originally down about 15 kilos, but it's come back a little bit because I've treated myself here and there.
Fair enough. You've got to have a balance, right?
Oh, absolutely, and that's the thing. And to be fair, that's still something I'm learning. Like I'm still learning around binge eating and things like that. Because like when I eat now, because I don't have alcohol and things like that, it's just one of those things that I get. You know, I'm quite addictive when it comes to it, and I'll just eat till I'm like.
With booze, we all like the sugar in booze, you know. So you got to replace it with other things.
Or something else.
Yeah.
And usually it turns to like chocolate, lollies, caffeine, etc.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
I did the same thing when I stopped drinking. I was like chocolate all the time, lots of coffee, and then I've managed to drop the chocolate a little bit, but I'm now down to like 2 coffees. But I used to have like 7 coffees a day.
Yeah,
hello, Mr. Positive. How are you, buddy? It's Luke Dallow. How you going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Just living the dream, to be honest.
I could just look at you and I can see the positivity all over you, except for that Crusaders flag behind you.
Yeah, no, that's nothing but positivity as well. That's something to look up to every day. Come down here, drop down to the knees, put my eye patch on and look up and see a bit of greatness.
Now, when you stopped drinking, did you find you were a bit more positive? Because when I stopped drinking in dry July, which I've been drinking for 30 years, I own pubs and restaurants, and that's all I used to do is just drink. And then I took a month off. Man, I just skipped out of that bed. I was fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Like productivity, just everything. Like the people that are coming into my life. And like I was never that sort of person that believed like all these, things would just start to happen through positive action. And I'm a full believer now. Like, don't get me wrong, I've dedicated myself to it and, showed discipline and accountability and all these sort of things as well. But by going through those motions and just not drinking, just the mental clarity and things like that you get from it is amazing.
Are you prepared for what happens if you do fall off the wagon and, things go a little bit haywire of resetting and putting yourself back on? Or are you like...
I'm like that now because like people were texting, like messaging me now, telling me I'm saving their life. Like for me, saving somebody's life or drinking a beer, that inspires me so much more. So for me, it's more like I still love a brew. Don't get me wrong. I could easily go, start smashing back beers now, but I choose not to because of the impact that's being made out there. It's setting a standard for me to figure out who I am as a person. What I'm fully truly capable of. And then, people are going through some shit. And especially now, there's a lot of people out there that are really struggling, whether it be with drinking or whatever. I just want to set a standard for myself because I was waking up and I was like, I'm 31 now. I was getting to the stage and it's just like, I'm not into it. Like, I'm not into waking up hungover and, all my training goes out the window, the nutrition goes out the window, and things like that. So I just want to set a standard, like, to be fair, just to open up a little bit, my old man drinks every day. So, there's these little things that I just want to set a standard for myself, set a standard for others, and, help as many people as I possibly can.
What was your most rock bottom moment, Sammy?
What's that, sorry?
What was your most rock bottom moment?
Rock bottom moment. Tough question. There was a few, just little things, nothing like just getting arrested and, probably pissing your pants and just the usual sort of carry on, like everyone's been there, everyone's done it. And that's the thing, I was quite lucky, like things could have been worse. Like, I don't think I was ever the worst kid or anything like that. I just had a standard upbringing. My parents and that were absolutely amazing, to be honest. But yeah, it's just more about setting the standard. Like, I just had moments that I wasn't happy with, rather than something that was like, how do I dig myself out of this sort of thing? So it was just, it got to a stage where I just wanted to set a standard and see what I'm truly capable of. Things can get taken away from you just like that. And
100%, mate. 100%.
And I want to see, like, wake up every day, or if I literally, if everything fell apart tomorrow, I could say that I was living my dreams. I've got my own brand. I'm impacting others' lives. I'm in the best physical and mental shape of my life. The people that I'm meeting and the network of people, and just like getting opportunities like this. Like, this is what I love to do. I love to meet new people. So yeah, it's just the absolute vibe. And to say that, I'd have, say, 30,000 on, or coming up to 30,000 on TikTok. Instagram's a little bit tougher to grow. But yeah, and I'm in the best mental shape of my life and physically. Then
Pretty
you know,
good, pretty amazing though. Your strategy on TikTok, because if you look at everything that you do on Instagram, you're doing embracing video, TikTok. That's pretty good, getting to a 30,000. Wow. But you have got ambitions to get 1 million people, 2 million people behind your cause, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the goal for the just touching back where we went to, so I got to that March, and then I was like, I work for Under Armour, I work for Red Bull, and then I love a brand, I love a culture, and as you can sort of see around me, you know, I love that team environment. So I was like, let's just create my own team based off my values. You know, I truly feel I'm caring and compassionate person, and hopefully that, you know, it is resonating with some. Some people might not believe you just can't please them all, and that's something. It's a harsh thing to learn. Like, I didn't have social media, and then all of a sudden I was like, I just thrust myself out there. And then as the platform grows, there's more people trying to drag me down. You know, like I hear people went back to Christchurch saying to me like, "Oh, Sam's lost all this weight. You know, he's on, you know, crack and stuff like that." And it's just like, you know, I'm lucky I'm in a mental space, but if somebody said that to the wrong person, like that could kill somebody, and that's just not on. You know? So
what do you think about our, Sammy, what do you think about our tall poppy situation in New Zealand? I mean,
that's exactly why I'm doing this. You know, I want to stand up.
Poppy. I get knocked all the time, but I'm successful. But the just don't like success for some reason. I mean, you go to America, you get hey, you're a good guy. Well done. You own whatever XYZ. But what's success in my mind now? I've done a lot in my past. But success in my mind is controlling my own time. What's success in your mind?
Success in my mind is getting up every day on my terms, doing what I love to do, making sure that there's a roof over my head, and like just challenging myself every day, like I say, to see what I'm truly capable of, and then just getting people on board, and as many people as I can. And that's why I was like, okay, what's the brand mission? It's to impact 1 million people. Yep, there's tall poppy syndrome in New Zealand as well, and obviously I want to stand on that pedestal, and I want to be, you know, be heard and set a standard and say, you know, it's okay to put yourself out there and to stand up and for what you believe in and put yourself out there. Like, no one has a right to come and try and chop you down unless you're not doing it for the right reasons and things like that. But you still don't have a right, because everyone sees life a little bit differently through different lenses. And, you know, you've got to respect that. And the only thing is a little bit hard to respect is if someone comes out of their way to say something that's just so far from the truth for no apparent reason, just to, you know, to be a keyboard warrior. That's a hard pill to swallow. But I'm at a stage in my life where I'm just like, I'm actually grateful because you know, I can show others that, you know, and say you should still show gratitude to that, because the pendulum swings heavily both ways, even with the positive, even with the negatives. If you just focus on you and be the best of you, you know, you're going to get the both. Don't get me wrong, the positive, when people are coming to you saving their life, that is some powerful stuff.
Can I just bring in our guy, Benny Mack, fact checker there? Welcome to the show, mate. How revved up, how positive are you feeling from this interview right now?
I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it 100%. Being able to get the message out there, and that's a huge mission that you've set yourself on, and very inspiring.
I appreciate it.
Can I ask you a question? So how does the platform work? So what do you do? How do you join? What do you get out of it? What are you giving to people exactly?
So for me, it was just like, okay, I want to chase my dreams. I love to talk to people. I love to, you know, like build a team and such and things like that. And I still don't even know what this thing is going to become, you know. And that's the thing. Like, people are too worried about, oh, what is this? Or what's your strategies? And it's just like, I'm just trying to pull as many people together in a positive manner. And someone hit me up about that the other day. I posted a bit of content yesterday when I did a potty. Someone was like, well, what is Better Than Before? And I was like, well, Better Than Before is a brand. Because I wanted something that you could align to. So like when I see that, it pushes me through when I'm, you know, physically training or, you know, mentally, it just gives me that little bit extra. But basically it's all it is a community or an environment, you know, that's safe, that anyone can come, that, you know, to help you on your journey to be better than before. And that's what it's like for me. Like that there is making me every day be better than before. And then if people are seeing my content and it's inspiring them, like sometimes I'm up to like, when a piece of content goes well, I'm getting all these messages. It's like I'm up to like 3 a.m. replying to every single person, because that's what community is all about. And that's until it gets to a stage where it's like I literally can't keep up anymore. I'm still going to get in touch with every person. Anyone that jumps on the platform, I'm like, hey, welcome, show some vulnerability, put yourself out there. Because the more people you know, the more opportunities that are going to come your way. And for me, the more positivity that gets put out there, and every single person has a story to tell. And if you just dig a little bit deeper, there's some truly inspiring shit coming from the average Joe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So your logo behind there, is that a buzzy bee, or is that an aeroplane, or is it a butterfly, or
it's a butterfly?
Yeah.
So how I came up with that is when I got to the stage, I was like, okay, so we've come up with the idea, and what's next? And I was like, okay, I need the identity. This is going to be huge, So I started playing around, and then it sort of all fell into place. So I actually had another logo, and I just put the BTB together and flipped them around, and then I was like, oh, the butterfly just stood out to me, and I was like, that's exactly what it's all about, because obviously a butterfly goes on this massive journey and then finds its final form into this beautiful creature, and that's kind of where I felt I'm at with my life. So it just ties in so well, and that's how I come up with that.
I think we've all got something in common with you, mate, because we all have, I think, this year, Sophia, Luke, Benny, and starting this show, have put ourselves more out there on social media, right, guys? What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to spread a good message, and we make people laugh, we make people smile, and we bring the emotion out of people, and that's the most important thing. This is the thing I like about this show, is we get smiles.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so important. Like, honestly, and some of the content that I put up, like I was doing like random acts of kindness and stuff, and that stuff goes really well. And like I was putting up the stuff that I didn't execute, but for me, in my mind, and that's one of the most important things, is how I see it, is that if I go out of my way, I'm putting myself out of my comfort zone to talk to a complete stranger, and my heart's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And then also, like, even like there was this guy, he wanted a bed, and I was like, on the spot, I was like, damn, like I can't execute the budget. That pushes the budget out a wee bit. But I was like, okay, can I get you some pillows or whatever? And we just had a conversation, and I don't know what happened, but he might have gone home and said, there's a guy out there that went out of his way to to try and make my day happier. That might have put his mind at ease, and he goes down and hits the hay, and the job's done. But at the same time, at least I'm out there trying and trying to make impact, and putting smiles on faces. And
how do you balance taking on other people's emotional stuff as well as raising a child? I'm assuming, I don't know how you make your money, whether you work as well or what you're doing on that front, but it's a lot of even having conversations with girlfriends who are having a hard time or whatever it might be. You've got your own life, you've got their stuff, you're like, it's a lot. How do you deal with all of that?
I've got a job to do. It is what it is. That's what it's all about, emptying the tank every day, seeing what you're truly capable of. And some days I've been like, I just want to give it up. And then other days I still know what my purpose is, my why, and all that sort of thing. And don't get me wrong, it hasn't been easy. Like I got made redundant yesterday. But how I see things now, I'm just like, things are going to work themselves out. How I see life now is that, for me, that's a positivity. I'm with the unknown and things like that, I'm excited for what's to come now. Things just start to take care of themselves, and I've had euphoric feelings that run across my body. Taking drugs and stuff in the past, I know what euphoria is all about. But now I truly know that you can have these feelings just off a positive vibe and things like that. So it has been really, really tough. It's been the last 2 weeks, and all honesty, I haven't opened up about it because I've literally just signed off that the job's done. But it's something that I want to touch on, because I've probably been through the roughest part of my life mentally. But because of this journey, like I've won a scholarship in neuro-linguistic programming, if you know what that is, like power of the mind and stuff like that. And like every day I'm trying to upskill myself to learn new tools and things like that. So I'm lucky that I am where I am mentally, because it would have been a hell of a lot harder. And I didn't even want to get out of my room, and it was just dragging me down. It was impacting the relationship, because we were worried about, making sure the mortgage was paid and all that sort of thing. And, I can be as positive as I like, but then if someone else around me, like my partner's, and is not feeling that concrete, and, I've got to be the man and make sure that I provide, because she's got another like 3-4 months off work because we've had our son. So yeah, it was a strain, and that's why I have to do what I've got to do, because I know that if I didn't have those tools, or those smiles weren't being put on those faces, like life's tough at the moment. And
life's tough.
Well,
meditate.
good on you. Well done, Sam.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Kudos to you and touching other people's lives. It takes a lot of energy, and you're doing it with positivity and with grace, and it's amazing. Well done.
It's like alcohol a little. Just one last question to wrap her up. It's like alcohol. People, there's a fear with people who don't drink. What's up? What's wrong with you, mate? What's happening? Are you going through something, or are you pregnant? Also, positivity and the way that you throw yourself out to the world. People are a little suspicious of it, aren't they? They're like, are you okay, mate? You seem like a nutter. But
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, times have changed now too. Like, I think I'm at a real exciting time. Before my time, when I'm going through this, like, you look at any great athlete, you look at LeBron James or someone like that. They train their mind. It's not a fruity thing to train your mind. Like, you get the mind right, everything else follows, and that's why. Like, it took me a while to get my head around it and think. I was suspicious of it too. But at the end of the day, like, if I'm doing all these amazing things, whatever's working for me, I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to reach it upon anyone. Yeah. And it's like, I'm coming from my opinion. I'm not going to say to anyone, do this. It's like, okay, here's some tools, guys. This is what's working for me. Try it out. If it doesn't work for you, the community's growing. Maybe there's someone else I know that I can put you in contact with, or go away, try these things and bits and pieces. And that's the thing. I had someone reach out yesterday, and I wasn't sure if he wanted a handout of like cash or what, but I was like, okay, cool. Like, what have you actually done to pull yourself out of the position that you're in right now? Like, have you, tried to sell some stuff? Have you reached out to family or friends? Have you put yourself out there and just said, hey, I'm struggling, guys. Like, could anyone help me out? So yeah, even like just through those conversations, hopefully I can challenge a few people in their way of thinking, and open the box a little bit more and stuff like that too. And now, like, for me too, like, I want to grow this out so that I can put New Zealand on the map, like, globally and things. Like, I'm hugely proud of the country that I'm from, and I think the content world and things, and just even platforms like this going forward, this is what the game's going to be. Like, TVs and that will be gone. Streaming is the way forward and things like that. So I'm at the perfect time to start really getting stuck into it. And like, I've had conversations with a few people that kind of, I'm not even credible or anything yet. It's only 6 months deep, that are wanting to like sort of sponsor me and stuff because they believe in what I'm doing and that sort of thing. And then it's going to give more of a platform to continue to move forward. And I want to do amazing things, like just rock up to a stranger. I've been talking to someone in Hamilton that owns a massive a boat building company, and he's like, oh, I'll give you 2, 3, 4 trips a year sort of thing to come out with me. So I could just rock up on a stranger and say, hey, do you trust a stranger today? And then maybe like pick them up at 6 a.m. Next thing we're out like trophy fishing, or and tell that cool story. Like, I just want to get creative and every single day put smiles on faces and figure out who I was and what I could achieve.
I can tell you what, you can answer a question, that's for bloody sure. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. Really appreciate it. And we will definitely keep in touch, eh?
Yeah, no, sounds really amazing. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thanks.
No worries.
See you later.
Mate. Well, there you go. This guy is, it is infectious. So there's a lot of energy there, isn't there?
Oh, man, I felt it straight away. The positivity came straight into my body. It was fantastic. Like you say, he can answer a question well, and I think that's fantastic. It's going to help give a lot of people a lot of hope and so forth. Do you meditate, Sophia? I did meditate.
I sometimes do. To be quite honest with you, I'm very busy. With 3 kids, up, and also, just my lifestyle at the moment. I don't have a heck of a lot of time, but I often do that in the evening.
Is it similar to praying, guys? Because sometimes I'll have a little pray inside my head.
Yeah, I think it absolutely can be. I think it's taking time to reflect. It's taking time to just breathe and just let things come up, and just let them come up, bubble to the surface, and then let them go away, but on their own. It's not trying to sort something out in your head. It's just releasing things and
Exactly right. Breathing's a big thing, and for me, I meditate when I've had a bad day. If I had a bad morning, I'll go away and have a little bit of meditation, and I put myself into a deep trance for 20 minutes, and I'll wake up like a can of Red Bull, bang, get rid of all that negativity, and just move on. Let the negativity just go away like butterflies. They fly away. They're gone.
And then you're away. Okay, coming up, everybody, I just got a quick reminder. We've had most positive person in New Zealand. We are going to get to your calls very shortly. If you've got anything to say, I put the link to access the show to jump on and join us in the hot seat. In the comments section, we've got a bagpiper, a world-famous bagpiper from the North Shore. He's joining us in about 7 minutes' time. Just quickly, I want to go to our fact checker. Let's check in with Benny Mack. G'day, mate. Oh, sorry, I'll take that off. How's it all going there in the fact-checking HQ?
Yep, no problems whatsoever at this end. The show is running remarkably well. We've just got our latest polls in from the AC Nielsen polls here. We're up 1,500 points on day. So we continue to build. We keep working on building not only our mental health, but our physical health, wealth. Everybody, we are building the blocks to creating a better you. Stick with us. We're going to take you from step A to step B. We're going to take you from goal to win. You're going to be coming down onto the win. Kind of like a ramp. You're coming down onto the win. Nobody wants to be tired when they're winning. We're going to deliver you onto the win fresh as a daisy.
It's like the America's Cup here, that, you know, the way you're talking here, boy, it's revving people up. Comments going very well. Thank you very much, comments. Replying to David O'Connor. Yep. And this one over here, I'll just thank you very much. I'll get rid of you over there and bring Sophia back. Sophia, this says, what happened to us in Bali? I mean, boy, what a long story. We've got some rock listeners tuning in tonight. So, yeah. When COVID happened a lot, didn't it?
Are you waiting for me?
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
So I started a business and we decided to go to Bali. I think it was 2017. We went for Christmas. I decided to book I think it was quite long. It was about 6 weeks holiday over there for the first time, and I fell in love with it head over heels. Thane fell in love with air conditioning. We came back after the holiday. We had to leave early because Thane hated it. And then when I got home, I just realized this is, where I want to be. I had changed my lifestyle hugely. I stopped drinking. This was before we went to Bali, but it just fit in with where I was at with my life. And I wanted to start a business there. And so a year later, I think it was about that, September 2018, I was like, I want to move, let's go. So we did, and Thane hated it because it was still just as hot as when we had gone on the holiday. So that was an unfortunate event. Yeah. So we popped back after, I think we were 9 months for the first stint, which was great. I set up my business and that was all doing well. Came home for 6 months and then went back because that's where I needed to be. And then Thane came home and started working for Hauraki, and me and the kids lived in Bali, and I was operating my business. Obviously, the kids went to school, etc. And then COVID started to creep into the world. And I think that was like in maybe January, was it December-y, that stuff started rumbling. And then January, we were kind of like,
pull the plug.
Sounds like it's not going away. So we decided to book flights home. And we were home by late January, before COVID had reached New Zealand. I think about 2 weeks after it came here. And it was all on. We were all locked down. It was like, whoa. So still got a whole house load of everything sitting in.
Things are in storage to this day.
In crates in Bali, but I came home, I brought my business home. I'd been actually doing some of my business was manufactured already in New Zealand, so I decided to rebrand the business and manufacture completely from New Zealand, and so that's what happened there.
I want to know though, what have you given up? What have you turned your back on, and what have you said, okay, I'm starting again? Have you ever done that? Let us know. I want to know your feedback. Dallow, have you ever kind of like gone, right, that's it? because you had a chapel. That was a big one. That floored a lot of people.
That was a big one. That was a big one, pulling the pin on Chapel. We're not pulling the pin, but hey, look, like I saw the writing was on the wall with COVID, what's going to happen to the world. Things are shutting down. I had an opportunity. I could have held on to it, but no. Hey, look, I'm always thinking about the next thing, as in back to the butterfly scenario. Things crystallize, or the phoenix. It's great. That's the spice of life. You just got to give things a crack. And what you did in Bali was fantastic. There's 2 regrets I've ever had in my life. And one regret was I was in London. I had an opportunity to fly Concorde, Heathrow to New York, and the QE2 back to Auckland. QE2 back to London, England. That was one regret. The second regret, what was the second regret there? I just had it in my mind there. I wasn't hiring sessions. That was a very good one. But one of them, I don't have that many regrets. And I mean, it's a small regret, isn't it? I'm waffling on a bit now.
It's a small regret. I was going to say that's pretty bloody good if that's your only regret.
Yeah, I don't know. I live life. I'm a bit like Sammy. If I just cark it on the show right now, or when I'm sleeping next week, I cark it. I'll be up at the pearly gates there, and old St. Peter or Bill or St. Paul or who he is now. Be going, well, what do you reckon, Dallow? He'll be going to go straight in. You've lived your life to full, Dallow. You know, woo, too hard. I've lived it, man.
Now, because it's going to be like, documentary filming when you do go to sleep next week for our first celebrity sleepover. Do you, and something does happen in your sleep.
Did you just burp when you said that?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, pardon me. Do you want us to call the, police or an ambulance, or do you want to just watch? We'll just watch.
Let's see how long I stay there for before anyone finds me. I think that'd be
rigor mortis set in.
Yeah.
Just leave him there.
No, I don't want anyone doing anything. Just let me until someone finds, because I want to see that. I don't want to see it, but you'll see the first reaction. I mean, if that went global, that'd be fantastic. What great for the show. I'll do it for the show, for the publicity.
Sophia, you got a message here. Read that message.
Brendan, this is awesome. I started a free-range piggery for ethical reasons, but after 3 years struggling to make ends meet with no time for family, I gave it away to live my best life with my kids. Yeah. I totally understand how that could happen. It is very difficult being in business. It's a constant problem solving. I think that's one thing about business. It's not like something gets going and then you're like, yay, cool, now I'm successful. It's like, oh, there's another shit sandwich to eat today. Fantastic. We're going to put mustard on this, or what are we going to do? We're going to chop it in triangles or stars. Yeah. It's always just problem solving. And if you're not a problem solver, not saying that Brendan's not, because he probably is, but it's toughy. If you're waiting for it to get easy, do you know what I mean, Luke?
Never easy. You've got to be prepared to pivot. Yes. Pivot. Bang.
Always pivoting, always problem solving, and you get to a different echelon. You're like, okay, cool. Now I can pay wages, or now I can pay or do this or expand in this way. But it's always the same thing, I think, problem solving. I'd love to chat to you, Brendan, if you feel like jumping on the stream. That sounds really interesting.
A piggery. I mean, how interesting is a piggery?
Yeah, I'd like to know about a piggery. But I just want to add to what you're saying there, Sophia. Business is like sailing a yacht. You're always adjusting things. Always. Things break. You fix it straight. You adjust,
Yeah.
So, but back to the piggery. Wow, what an interesting business. I want to ask a couple of questions. Do they eat everything like human bodies? Because all the mafia, they chuck bodies in the piggery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think they do.
Brenda, can you answer that question for me, mate? Do they eat absolutely everything?
And I'd love to know, what is your best life with your kids? What does that look like now? Do you feel like you made the right decision? Obviously, you probably do, having said that you live your best life. Because it is hard. I find that with my kids as well. Like, I am very dedicated to my kids. I absolutely love being a mum, and I take it really seriously. But also, I'm trying to work while I'm, on my phone trying to work, and they're asking me questions. You do feel a little bit sometimes like, you've got a million things to do and you're only one person. It's just
I'm sure they think you're a fantastic mother, Sophia. And I think mothers is the hardest job in the world.
Oh. What lovely words. What have we got? 9:44, everyone. Our special guest has arrived. Stay with us.
Okay.
James McGee, how are you, mate? All right? Oh, you there, matey? We got you. We just can't hear you, James, is the only problem. Something up with your sound there.
I can hear like a tiny squeaking noise.
Yeah, just keep wiggling, mate. Keep wiggling it. Something's going to work. I don't know if you're connecting your mic, but for everybody, James is a very special part of the North Shore in Devonport. He gets up at random times and plays the bagpipes. So this is
What
our
do you mean
bagpipe
random times?
Yeah.
Benny,
well,
our fact checker, is also our resident technical guy. He says, unplug them.
Right, okay, yeah, you can unplug it. But what I'll do is, we're going to come back to James in a couple of seconds. I'll let James sort his stuff out. I've got a background story about this guy here, right now. Have a look at this.
I can hear him. He's like the Where's Wally of Auckland's Devonport. I think it's up here.
Formidable, yes. Pipe Major asked whether it was supposed to be a sweet sound or impressive, and without hesitation he said, impressive.
The wind is right. Every day you can pick up the haunting tunes of James McGee. Lurking somewhere on the beaches, parks and moanga of this North Shore suburb.
This is the highlight of our day. Free entertainment on the beach. Doesn't get much better in lockdown.
I've made the most of lockdown to get in a lot of extra practice. So I've been playing down at the beach quite a bit. And I've tried to spread myself around the neighbourhood so that I'm not annoying too many people and more people get to enjoy as they seem to do.
He's been playing for 35 years, and boy, it shows.
I wanted to play bagpipes when I was a wee boy. So my life's ambition as a child was to join the Black Watch and play at the Edinburgh Tattoo. Still on my bucket list. My parents thought I'd grow out of it. I never did. And I started learning to play the bagpipes, and my parents brought me this set on my 21st birthday, along with a case of whiskey.
Turns out we weren't the only ones on the hunt for the piper.
I was walking down Narrowneck Beach probably maybe 10 or 2 weeks ago, and I came across the piper and I was just flooded with emotion. It was quite incredible. My father sadly passed away on the 24th of September last year, and he was a lifelong member of the Horowhenua Pipe Band. And so it was about this time of the day, maybe 4:30, sun was coming down, beautiful day on Narrowneck Beach, and there was this piper, and you know, I've been missing my father greatly, right? And it was this flood of emotion, and I just thought, oh my goodness.
The lockdown lilting has been turning heads and created quite the social media following in the community, for even the tiniest of fans.
Seems to have gained a bit of notoriety on the locals' Facebook page, and I've been given a hashtag and everything. People do seem to enjoy it. I get quite a lot of kids who just turn up and start Highland dancing.
For James, an IT specialist, he's enjoyed the extra time lockdown has allowed.
Before lockdown, when with work and life getting away, it was very difficult to get practice, so usually once a week. This is the best I've sounded in a long time, yes.
And the look is something to behold.
And where does the rig out come from? Explain this.
Can't say there's a lot to this one. Tweed jacket, black Douglas kilt. The socks were hand knitted for me by a lovely friend from Aberdeen.
It's not like a family tartan or anything like that? Any stories? Any
this would be the
bobs?
ultimate Scottish tartan. It was a cheap one.
So as the sun sets on another lockdown day, this humble hero makes his way home. But he'll be back with his bagpipes, sharing his tunes and his time for as long as it takes.
Ooh. Well, how about that, guys? What a story from, and then I borrowed that story from Seven Sharp. So now we've got the background on the guy. I think we have him on the phone. Are you there, James? Oh, I don't think we don't even have him on the phone. In fact, I tried to call him on the phone. Nothing. Oh boy.
Interesting, because when I played the side drum, I used to free ball. Now, do you know what free balling is?
Just without the undies?
That's right. So you got the kilt and you just free ball and you're just sitting there. You just got to let the air just get in there and just clear everything out. And it's very so. Sometimes also when you're blowing the bagpipes, a couple of people you always notice the kilt used to go like that a little bit because it's to blow so hard. Farting used to happen quite a bit.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Okay,
Makes a lot of sense.
Kilt humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
I
can't
actually.
believe,
Sorry.
I just can't believe that we can't get this guy on. He's going to be a good interview.
That was an
story.
That was an inspiring piece there. Beautifully put together. Hauntingly beautiful music. A real sort of tearjerker.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to quickly share an anecdote from the last guest we had talking about sort of becoming a better version of yourself. I was actually rock bottom in the pits of despair. I had my vehicle in at the shop, and I actually temporarily took up a job as a janitor. The reason being I had
Sorry, mate.
I had no other prospects. I lost that job. I did a bad job. I thought, well, I can't lose this job, and I did.
Did you think in that article, that intro article, did you think that bald-headed guy was going to run up and beat the crap out of him?
Yeah, he was running really aggressively. I was like, what's happening here?
Yeah,
I was scared.
Well, guys, I'm just going to quickly just bring you in on this. We can't. His phone seems to be bad. Every time he comes on, we can't hear him, and also he can't connect. So he's got major sound issues.
That's
But anyways,
okay.
he was so close. I just want to say also big thanks to 7 Sharp TVNZ, our state broadcaster, for that article. It's a great
Please
TV show.
don't fine us for using it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Our taxes paid for that.
There you
do
go.
as we wish.
Hey, Brendan adds pre-COVID. Brendan is the one that had the piggery.
Yeah.
He says pre-COVID we couldn't travel when we had the piggery. His best holiday was a night away to Rotorua and travelling back to the Puki at 5 a.m. to feed and then heading back to the holiday. Post-piggery, we travelled back to my favourite place in the world, Vanuatu, then to Aussie, Thailand and Samoa. And 18 months now, we're exploring New Zealand until the borders open so I can show my 2 boys the rest of the world. I love that you're doing that. That is the coolest thing ever. I loved showing my girls the world, and I just thank God that I got to do that before we came home and lockdown happened and COVID happened and all of those things. We went to Kuala Lumpur, we went to Bali, we went.
Have you guys ever travelled to Vanuatu? Have you ever tried
I've
Vanuatu?
never been to Vanuatu.
Oh, I have got to recommend it 100%. I've actually been there twice, and the people are beautiful. The place is absolutely spectacular. It's brilliant. It really is a very, very phenomenal place. I've been there twice.
Were you a janitor over there, Benny? Or
yeah, I was pushing the broom, sweeping the dirt ground,
But I think that travel is one of those things that it never fails to enrich you as a human being, and you take that for the rest of your life. Whatever you learn, like I learned so much living in Bali because you have to start learning the customs, start learning how everything works, where you sit in the community. You have to learn some of the language. Well, you have to try, which I did. There's so many different things that you have to let go of in your own set mindset. And it's a bit like that positive mindset of this other guy,
Did you ever go to the prison there in Bali? What's it called?
Korobakan, yeah.
Oh yeah, the prison's in Korobakan. We lived probably 5 minutes away from it. It's fine. It's pretty janky. It's pretty gross. A girlfriend of mine, her dad was in there at one point, but he was a royal as well, so he sort of was able to jump out whenever he wanted and just go and grab some ciggies and go to the warong and get some lunch and then just pop back as long as they had him in at night. So it's kind of a weird space, but not a nice place.
It is a weird sort of strange place over there. I actually went on a big trip with a buddy of mine. We flew into Bali and then we traveled by bus right across Bali all the way up to the islands. We travelled across on ferry across to Java, and then we explored a volcano there. It's called the Blue Flame Volcano. Went to heaps of places, all these ancient places like Parambanang and Borobudur, places where it's these amazing ancient structures, geodesic structures, and amazing reliefs carved into the place. Traveled all the way through Java, went to the coffee plantations. Yeah, this is true. Went to Yogyakarta, then went to Jakarta, and it was a great time. Traveled by planes. We took trains, buses, scooter. Went home to Malaysia.
Jakarta, in the Jakarta clubs, you can just buy any kind of drug over the counter, pretty much.
Interesting.
In a bar. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mushrooms.
The last time I went to Bali, I lost my boogie board and some bloody Australian lady picked it up. Fuck that pissed me off.
Don't you hate that?
Here he is. Yeah. Hey, but that's a really interesting situation because sometimes Bali or the Balinese government would use that with Australia as a bargaining tool for more aid. So they would go more lenient on people who have broken the law if they can get some aid coming through. So yeah, it's a very political place over there. So many rules on,
But you know what? They have opened the borders.
Have they?
Yeah.
How's my mate up there? My mate Vichi's up there, isn't he?
Well, I don't know. He's your mate. You tell me.
Tony Veach. Did you ever run into Tony Veach up there?
Yeah.
Why would I want to run into Tony Veach?
Probably push you away. And like,
get the heck out of here.
You don't want to fall head over heels for Tony Veach, I tell you that much.
Can I just say something about Tony Veach? Tony Veach went over there to try and sort himself out, dry out. As you know, he had his troubles here in New Zealand. And the fact that we haven't heard anything from him is probably a good sign.
It's a good start.
He is over there. He had a little rehab going and invited some, locals. It was an alcohol-free hostel type thing. And I think that was going well with him. And what's that guy, Dean, the other guy who was a league player? Not Lonergan, the other one. He was a big chin, Toddy.
Brent Todd.
Brent Todd's over there, and he's got a string of tattoo parlors. They're one of the biggest businesses over there, tattoo parlors.
It's big. It's huge over there.
Yeah. Beach is developing villas over there. He's actually doing pretty well, actually. So,
excellent.
I want to know more.
Get him on the show. Have a wee chat.
You know what?
I'd love to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves a second chance. That's for damn sure. But I don't personally know what he's up to. But yeah, the borders are open if you've got vaccination, obviously, and you have to show them your bank account and all that sort of stuff. So you have to obviously prove that you can leave again and that you have insurance. But that's quite exciting to see the world opening up a little bit more. It just gives you a wee bit of hope, like a squeak. Like you couldn't go because then you couldn't come home, but like at least you could go.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think the trick is trying to go and get stuck somewhere where you want to get stuck. That's kind of the trick. This COVID, I mean, there's people stuck over in Rarotonga right now, right, in the Cook Islands.
Are there?
Yeah.
Kiwis that were on holiday has been stuck there since lockdown.
Wow.
I think it'd be okay if you didn't have kids and you were stuck somewhere.
Now you got your head ticking over, Luke?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Get the old surfboard out. Hey,
the boogie board.
Your boogie board, yeah.
Your board, get that back off that bloody Australian.
Put a little kilogram of catnip under the little level of the fiberglass there.
Guys, I've got a little happy birthday here today, celebrating on the 25th. Donald Glover, 38, and Will Smith, 53s. Look, black don't crack. Look at that.
And also Stephen Hawking's was born this day in history.
Yeah, that's right. I was only focusing on black people today.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Talking about black people, you're a janitor, Benny Mack. You've been a janitor right around the world. Did the toilet?
How is that speaking of black people?
Hey,
he doesn't crack.
Speaking of black people,
it doesn't crack.
There he goes. Anyways,
I'm not actually white. I'm actually Asian. Caucasian.
Anyway, back to you, Benny Mack. Did you ever? Is it true that toilets go that way and that way when you cross the hemispheres? And
They do change.
Absolutely. It's all to
Yeah.
do with hydrodynamic flow and also the magmatism of the earth pull.
Right.
Basically what that is there's this great molten core within the middle of the earth, and it's basically, imagine a pressure synth wave pressing down on your skull,
You guys happy
creating
now?
basically, that feeling you
Yeah.
feel when you go up a hill, like that you got to equalize your nose. It's like a big pressure crane squashing down your thing.
What's your favorite?
This is like listening to Dallow go on about Papakura,
It's awful. Should we
And the Hard
check
Rock
out
Cafe.
the news? What's happening in the news today that we haven't seen? Should we go and investigate together? Someone pull up
news
that news hub or something.
Remember that psychopath that's on the run in America that dumped his ex-fiancée in the woods?
Yeah.
Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petit. Well, update. We have formally identified the corpse, and we can regretfully inform that yes, we have recovered the
body.
The person of interest, Ms. Petit. However, Brian Laundrie is still at large, presumed last seen somewhere in the vicinity of the Florida Everglades, and they've been using swamp buggies.
What's that mean? What's that
swamp buggy?
Large, still at large. What a silly thing to say. I'm still at large. What? Can you just bring that in for me? I mean, never understood that.
I think it's at large, like out there in the wide open spaces, rather than contained in a jail cell.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it also used to be like, say, if there was like a spate of bank robberies or cowboys going around and holding up trains, it was kind of like that, we're fucking living large, yeah? We've got all this loot and we're just fucking at it.
Hey, we should double check that.
Large, mate, I'm fucking at large over here.
That guy's gone off the rails.
Cowboys doing that, were they?
I don't think these are facts.
Can I just ask one thing? Benny, can you track down... can we please track down the location of Joe Holly MC? If she's stuck in Rarotonga, that'll be a good story to get.
Well, that's typical Joe. I actually used to flat with Joe Holly MC, and she actually made you sign like a four-page disclosure with clauses, multiple clauses, before she'd even let you view the place. So, and if you stood on her zebra skin rug,
watch out.
You fucking better watch out. And if you touched her magic bullet, you better chop your goddamn hands off.
Are you kidding right now?
We will confirm that in the interview. Our people are talking to the MC in Raro.
Okay.
All right, appreciate it. We'll keep working on that. That'll be very good. So... who's that? Oh, Joe Holly. Yeah, do the interview. Let's see what we can get. You're not holding your mic up to. Yeah, I need the phone up closer to wherever your mic is.
Like 10. What time is it there? Is there a time difference?
Oh shit!
Well, it can't be later than 10, right?
Where is the microphone on this thing?
I don't know, man. But you turn it up louder, maybe, if you can.
Oh, yeah. No, she's not going to answer.
Oh, that's better. Whatever you did then.
No, she didn't answer, but she's online.
She's going to go, what do you want?
Yeah. Oh, here she. No, she's busy at the moment, she said. Oh,
she didn't say anything.
Whatever, mate.
We'll back later, she said.
All right, fair enough. But I've only hung out with Joe Holly once. Seemed like a nice person.
She's a lovely lady. Yeah, she's a lovely lady. Lovely presenter. And Joe's pretty good. She's a cool chick.
Very good.
Right.
Have you guys seen all of those weird imminent Earth killing 90% of the population things coming up all over the world? Like all those fish washing up on shores and stuff?
Bring it up. Let's have a look. Thane? What is
it called?
All these sort of biblical sort of things are happening. Like
it's not a biblical thing; it's a scientific thing.
Oh no,
the last
end of days
extinction basically was like 90% of life was wiped out, eradicated. And that came with a few scientific things they could see and signs they could link to, like temperature warming in the air, microbes and bacteria and whatnot inside the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's like from us pulling trees out and logging and
I
all
wonder
that.
if Benny, can you click on a video? Is there a news story we can read?
Yeah.
I read one the other day, obviously. It's not that one. I can try and have a look for it if you like.
But, that was the one. Go up.
Might have been the New York Times.
Smelly situation. No one wants that.
No.
Something's fishy along the Mystic River. Thousands of dead fish are washing ashore in Somerville and Everett. It's leading to a smelly situation.
But environmental officials say this
thing.
isn't necessarily a bad thing. The 19's Eric Kane live for us in Somerville with more of the details.
You know what? I think it was on Vice, actually. They've got some great news. I'm just going to check that out real quick, Vice News. If you guys don't follow Vice and you like the news, I highly recommend that you do.
Is it real news or is it?
Yeah. It's real news, but they do like quirky stories, and obviously they're not like commercially attached to other people that they have to spit certain things.
Brendan says, what are you up to now, Thane Kirby? Thoughts on when we will get back to normal? I'm doing social media, little business, and also doing this, and working on a couple of other little projects. But yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Thane. I wasn't listening, and I found it now, though. I'm going to send it to you. Can you bring that up on your little thing? If it's still relevant / interesting at all. Yeah, iMessage.
Oh no, I can't bring it up on iMessage. No.
All right. Where do I put it?
This is great. The Maryland zebras refuse to give up on freedom. This is great, the stuff here. Black families are hiring private investigators because cops won't find their kids.
What?
Wow.
Shit. We need a news person.
I just sent that to you. Did you get it?
Just send it on to, what's his name? Benny. Benny wants it. Send it in the group chat to Benny.
There's a lot happening on that.
I'm just using my phone, that's why.
Yeah, so if anyone's got any articles or any videos that you want us to play, just either put them in the chat here. What we'll do is we'll put them into the box and bada bing, bada bang, bada boom.
I have to agree with Brendan. He says, any thoughts when we will turn back to normal? I thought 2021, but now bloody hell, 2023 at best. I just said this to Thane before. I was like, hey, remember how we thought that was all going to be like a year, and we're all sort of like, we'll just, get through it. God, it's going to be so annoying, a whole year. And then someone said 2 years, and we were like, nah, never. We're not going to put up with this. The world's never going to do that. And now it's like, yeah, it's 5 years.
What's normal? This is normal now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I want to say to you, Luke, in the bar industry, right? If you knew we were going to come in and out of lockdown until 100% or 90% of us were vaccinated, would you bother with hospitality anymore?
No, not at all. Too hard basket. Hospitality needs immigration. It needs those people traveling into New Zealand for a year, using their skills. That gives the colourfulness of hospitality. No, I definitely wouldn't do hospitality. What would I do? Geez,
real estate?
Yeah, I'd definitely do real estate. I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely.
You could go back to being a butcher at Countdown.
Yes, I could be a butcher. Definitely get a job there. Definitely be a good job there. But I think you need to do the basic stuff, like be the trolley boy at supermarkets, be a plumber, be a sparky, do those trade things. That's probably I'd be a janitor, because I think people need to clean up shit.
Yeah.
Totally.
Benny, if you click into the to Vice, into their link in bio, you can find the story. This is terrible.
Wow.
What is this?
I'm loving it.
What are you doing there, babe?
Yeah.
I told you I don't know how to use Instagram. Where's bio?
Okay, go up to the top. Click Vice.
Link in bio.
Yeah, okay, go into link in bio.
This one.
That link, the bit.ly, I think.
The thing that says, yeah.
Oh my God, Benny, who's that? You need to go back to a bit of more education on the IT, Benny Mack.
I told you these fakes were fabricated.
Click on that, Mac.
Maybe you should click
Link
it
in
again.
bio, voice.
Clicked in the goddamn link in the motherfucking bio.
Just double click it, mate. Double click like left.
You should do it again because it didn't work.
Okay, hang on,
Don't
guys.
hold it down.
Yeah. Just a quick double click.
Jesus, Lord Almighty, what are you doing?
I'd love to show you how to share your screen since you know since you got it all under control.
Well, I went to share my screen, but I've got pop-up blockers on this.
Yeah, why can't I share my screen?
I don't
All
know,
right,
mate.
production on the fly. How's that looking?
Let's have a look.
See, Brad Anderson says Vice videos are great. Yeah. Okay, so scroll down a little bit till you see the dead fish.
Dead fish. I found
There,
it.
in the
Yeah.
middle.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Luke.
You're right. Thank you. Thank you. I don't mean to be rude. You are doing all of this, and I do appreciate it, Benny. Brad Anderson says Vice videos are great, and I tend to agree with that. They have some sensational news.
Yeah. We'll have a meeting on Monday, okay, Benny Mack, about this.
Right.
Oh, mate, I'm not turning up to any disciplinary meetings. I've fucking had it, okay?
Bring Joe
It's
Holly.
And that's what I said to my principal, and I'll say it to you too. You don't own me. You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. And you listening at home, that goes for you too. And
Selena's
you
trying
can't tell
to
me what to do.
join, and it's not working. Sorry to cut you off there,
Selena.
Benny, mid-rant, but
It's all right.
Try again, Selena. I'll refresh the link and just to make sure you got the right one. I'm sure you got the right one. Try this one here.
so basically the story goes there are warning signs that we know to be true before a pre-extinction event occurs, and we are beginning to see some of those. So we should really pull our heads in and stop using plastic bags.
Right, okay.
Sophia, could you actually try to pretend to be the presenter of the news presenter there and go through that from the start?
I think everyone would be very bored. It's quite a long story. I could do it.
Well,
if you
maybe
want me to.
yeah, let's do it. Come on,
That's a
you
better
can
story.
Like an auto cue.
Yeah. Oh, that undid.
It's gone now. It's gone. So you've lost your chance. Hey, how's everyone feeling about daylight savings though? That's going to be pretty good.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait for daylight savings. I love summer so much. I'm so excited about it. My youngest daughter has only known summer, and all she wants is summer back. Every day she refuses to wear pants. Every single day. She won't wear pajama pants. She won't wear actual pants. She won't wear track pants.
Yeah. I
She
know.
won't wear bike pants.
I know how she feels.
No.
Oh, it's going to be
It's
hard.
going to be exciting times.
It's going to be hard to get up in the morning to milk the cows for me. Another hour of sleep.
How do you think that your internal clock's going to handle, the circadian rhythm? Do you think that you're going to be able to pass stool when you wake up, or do you think that you're going to get all backed up?
Oh, it's going to be an hour behind for me.
It could be quite uncomfortable that first hour. Hopefully it all just happens according to nature.
Neil
bodies are
brings
good.
something in. Barbecue with sweet or sour sauce with nuggets. I'm always sweet
Barbecue.
and sour.
Barbecue.
100% barbecue. Sweet and sour.
I think what you want to do is you don't want to lock yourself into any hard and fast rule with that. It's just important to be able to just go the course. If you're feeling like something a little bit sweet, go there. If you're feeling like some soul food barbecue flavors, maybe that's your direction.
That's
what
true.
I'd
What
recommend
about
is getting a little bit of that ketchup and putting it right there in alongside with the dipping sauce. That's going to make it last and go a little bit further.
You know what we
without
could do
having to
here is we
purchase
need to get
additional sachets.
We need to
I'll
get
tell you what
Benny
a better
on
one
the
is.
we need to get Benny as our infomercial guy, right? Once we actually get a
that's a good
client in,
idea.
Benny could actually do the selling as an infomercial guy. Benny, you got rhythm.
I've
you
actually
got
got experience as an infomercial. I've actually got experience, guys, as not only as an infomercial salesman that goes by the name of Donnie Boy Hufferman. Have we got an intrinsic deal for you? Brother, have you spent too much time worrying about how you're going to clean your damn kitchen floor? Worry no longer. We've got bleach. We got a big old bottle of bleach. We're going to get it here for you. Trust your brother, Danny Hufferman. Have I ever let you down? Not on your life.
You remind me of that guy. What's the guy from Roseanne? And he played the husband.
The big fat guy.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Big old.
Out of a great movie though,
Dan-
with that voice on, you've got that
Denver?
gruff there. It's good.
Yeah. I
Love
see what
it.
you're saying.
And I also did I've also got experience as an online personal motivator.
Right. Not a fitness,
So I've done it all.
not a fitness
And
instructor.
it's
Brad says he's not ready for daylight savings time yet, going to sleep, and sun's still up to get up early. What?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, quickly,
right.
I've got some pies to give away. The lover pies. I've got one last 12 pack.
Only if you jump on.
Yeah, you got to jump on and join us. So it's the first person to jump on and join us. The link is in the comments. Yeah, there you go. So I'd love to have another caller on. This is our friend 2 Neil. He's saying good man. I wonder if he's a good man to barbecue, he's a good man to sweet and sour.
Doesn't matter. I'll take it as a one to barbecue. You know what you do though? Mayonnaise and ketchup together and then mix them together. Oh my God, so good.
yeah, that's another intrinsic tip there.
So good. Brendan says, yeah, Thane, give my kids some pies. You better tune in, buddy. You got to click
mate.
the link and jump on. Luke Dallow says, hi. Luke.
He's always into win, isn't he? The laugh goes on forever. Now it's just exploded. Wow.
Thane, can you please put up the picture of Luke? So that's his punishment for that extra long laugh. Not that one.
There he is.
There he is.
Hello, teenage boy.
Mate. Okay,
Remember that book, Adrian Mole?
I'm going to bring up a picture of you, brother. That was when I had a pig. That was when I had a piggery.
Oh. 2 Neil says, can you ship pies to the UK? I wonder if you could.
Probably, mate.
Freeze them?
Oh, right, Thane. I'll bring up a picture of you, mate.
Luke Dallow looking like a marshmallow. That's cute. And then he said, immediately said, I'm sorry.
What's this we're watching here?
To be bringing you some amazing.
So this is your brother Don Hufferman.
It is just.
This is from my Internet Digital Shopping Network pilot episode that I produced live on the internet back in 2018.
Activity like you've never seen. Digital home shopping before.
Look at you
Digital
in
home shopping brothers.
You know who you remind me a little of, mate?
That's right.
Al Boland.
Luke Dallow.
I appreciate you. See, great minds think alike, and people say that you and I look alike, Thane. So
Mate.
it's like the circle of life, man.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the
Here's a
curvy.
picture of us there. There we go.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, I like that. See, I told you I wasn't white.
Hey, Thane.
What's that?
Thane, remember when you sent those pictures of you put my face with Donald Trump and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Have you got one of those to show everyone?
I don't. No, I don't. I'll dig them out for when you go for your big marathon for your sleep thing. How are you going to prepare for that? Are you not nervous about that going online, sleeping in the sheets? We've seen your beard on last night's show.
Will you watch it again the next day to see what you do when you sleep?
I'm sure you'll show me.
Yeah.
Can we actually can we pull that photo up of Luke's bedroom? Do you want me to see if I can pull that up?
Yeah.
How many cameras do you want me to set up in there?
How many you got?
3 GoPros.
Go on then.
Should I put a head, but one on the head?
I think
We
so.
don't need to see you from your head. We want to see your head.
Cover sheet cam, under the sheet cam.
No.
What do you do in summer? Are you a kind of like, because I find if you have a fan at the end of the bed aimed up your sheets.
What kind of fan? What kind of fan?
You know, just a fan you get from the soup. You know, the circular fan.
Oh, like a circular fan.
Yeah,
Not a
circular fan.
Yeah.
No. But if
Why don't you get one of those those ones when you sort of wet the carpet and you have to put it under the carpet? You know.
No.
The ones that like a big snail.
What I do is I put the fan, I make sure the fan hits the wall so it goes over and has a nice circular
cascading effect. Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
You know what's great about having kids that get a little bit older? They text you when they can't sleep. It's just going off. It's non-stop here on my phone.
You just need to put it onto do not disturb mode.
I can't say. I'm really sorry. I love you so much. I don't know what's going on. I heard a noise.
Hey, I've got a little. All I see is two people. Will Smith on my screen. What's happening here, team? Have you just cut me out?
No,
You're still on. I think maybe
That'll
you put another page up.
Yeah, that'll occasionally happen, Luke.
Yes.
It's just sort of like a glitch in the matrix sort of thing.
Right. Yep.
You're still with us.
So we actually sent someone over to your house last night, Luke, while you were in the using the toilet, and they actually crawled through the ducting in your house and sent us this covert image of your boudoir.
Any chance of going closer? I think. Oh well, is it?
There is.
Is it a double bed or a queen size bed, Luke? I don't know. It's like a student's bed.
I think it's a king single.
That's a king single with a lovely palm.
It's definitely not a California king.
No, you know what? I wonder if Luke's actually seen us a real picture. Or he just Google one off the internet.
That looks eerily similar to this whorehouse I visited last week.
Okay, cool. Nice one, mate.
Low quality, low rent. Women's of the
Luke's
night.
gone. Luke's let himself out.
Look, Brendan knows where it's at. Brendan knows where it's at.
I think he had to refresh.
Sorry, what were you saying, Sophia?
Brendan knows where it's at. He says, God, you're lucky my kids wake up at 2 a.m. With I can't sleep. Well, thank you. Now we both can't sleep. I have that too. My youngest jumps into my bed and snuggles up. And
there he is.
But like
Hey,
comes up with really strange little sentences in the middle of the night. It's quite cute, actually. I think once they hit 5, they don't so much come into your bed at night, but then they can't get to sleep. I don't know. Maybe your kids probably. I don't know how old your kids are.
What about night terrors? Any of Luke?
Yeah, my youngest gets night terrors quite a bit.
Yeah,
especially when he gets hot and he just doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know.
Yeah, it's pretty awful, eh?
And
our eldest had night terrors, still does, and I figured out like the only way to calm her down was to just hold her and whisper in her ear and tell her I was there. And wait for that whole dream to process and pass, and then I could lie her back down. But if I tried to wake her up or anything, she'd just absolutely lose it.
Yeah, like, go away, or here it is over there, and here it is over here. We just got to cool them down. We just got to cool them down.
It's a real worry. Night terrors. I've even had problems myself recently with night terrors. I got to a point where I'd scratch myself in the face, and I used to have to tape socks onto my hands. And this was like about a month ago. This show's been really handy.
Your bedroom, mate.
Oh my God! Hey, I'm gonna have to duck out, guys, because my beautiful child is feeling afraid. So I am going to go and pat her head. And
see you Monday.
Will see you guys on Monday.
Okay. See you, mate. Wow, night terrors there. Wow,
Hey, so Thane, if your house is burning down, mate, what was and the kids are safe? What is the one thing you could run in and get and save?
That's a very, very good question. I would probably make sure my laptop was with me because I need my laptop, my phone, and charger. But really, I don't know because everything's I've got kind of is in storage. So I'm like,
oh, you're sweet.
Yeah. Oh, good. What about you, Benny?
What would I? What one item would I take?
Brad Anderson says fleshlight.
Jesus. I don't know. Probably my phone.
What about you? You see the family
just so that I can call emergency services and get them to put the damned fire out.
They're already there. They're putting the fire out. You're walking in with them.
I don't know, man.
What would you take?
I'd probably take. If I could, I'd take all my art.
You know what I'd like to see you do is just run around the place and take one thing and come back. See how quick your reactions are.
I'd be like I'd be like Jack Flash, mate. I'm a very nimble person on my toes. I'm very fast and very dynamic.
Okay, well, how long would it take for you to run back, take that picture off the wall, and come back to the computer? 2 seconds?
Oh, I reckon Well, from sitting down or from can I go outside and do it?
No, well, we would say, or maybe you have to go outside, go out to the deck, come back and close the door, go over to that boat picture over there, take it off the wall, then come back to the computer, sit down, and then we'll time it. That would be like a
But you have to set your hair on fire first to simulate like
Okay.
a flame effect.
Well, okay. Well, shall we just for instance, we'll just light the candle, just make sure it's half real.
Yeah.
So
there's a bit of fire.
we've got fire.
Also, are you able to do the timing there, Benny?
Yeah. I've actually got a Casio style. Have you guys seen these? The Casio. You guys remember that Casio?
Yeah.
If you guys ever thought that the Casio was a cheap watch, this is a counterfeit Casio.
Wow.
So it's even cheaper than a Casio. It's called a Skmei, Skmei. How do I know that? Well, ask me and I'll tell you.
Okay, you ready?
Right, ready. All right. So, okay, I'll do some analog counting as well. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, do I look like a fireman?
You look like a waiter. Now you look
Call
like a
it.
lady.
Hey, say when
All
are
right,
you
and
saying
once
go
again,
from?
go, mate. Go, mate. Hit the clock.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Stop the clock. 7 seconds. That was funny. I love thinking fire.
I'd say that would probably be like a 3rd degree burn. You probably wouldn't get 1st degree, but probably, a little bit of 3rd maybe on the back of your wrists and your forearms, and your shoulders are exposed. So I'd suggest that if you're running into fire,
it's all right,
maybe put on
fire. It's okay.
Yeah, put on a Kevlar jacket.
The kids are all up. That's funny.
All right, okay.
It's okay.
Fire. There's like that's kind of like
fires out.
The boy who cried wolf, isn't it? You're gonna have to check your alarms after that just to be careful.
The top looks a little like Billy T. James. He used to wear the black thing when he was doing the news.
That's right.
Absolutely, kind of like the towel around his neck.
Yeah.
With the singlet. Yeah.
I better go, guys. One's having a night trimmer.
Okay, mate. See you soon, eh? Catch you later.
Okay, buddy.
I love you all. See you later. See you on
mate.
Monday.
Cheers, buddy. Lots of love.
Thank you. Wow, what a show. Extraordinary stuff.
Freaking a bloody
he's back.
excellent show. Very exciting times.
Yeah.
Was his web camera frozen? Or
It
was he
was.
just sort of in some sort of like frozen stasis?
We've got room for a call. If anyone wants to call us, you can actually give us a call if you don't want to show up. This is the phone number to call on. I'll just put it on speaker and we can have a last chat out. We've got 3 minutes to fill before we call it a night. And on Monday, we've got Tamati Coffee. We're speaking to Tamati about surrogacy and also what it's like to run for actually, somebody in the, I was going to say White House, but it's the Beehive. Because Dallow wants to have a run for the mayor, but, I don't know. It's a lot of reading. I don't know if that's a strong point. But, so come at us if you want to. Last call.
I'm sensing that I'm getting a slight echo now. Is there any reason why that is? No? Okay.
We're gonna
I
call
think it's
it.
all right.
Hello, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, it's Johnny the fireman here at Beaumont Quarter.
Mate, you put that fire out okay? Yeah, we had Billy T. James try and save a painting.
Oh, mate, everything's okay here, and all the kids are just rolling around, roll and run, and whenever it's full, they're out the door there. All back,
Fantastic.
they picked up the dog, so everything's under control now, mate. So thanks for that. Next time I'll warn the kids.
Yeah, they must be traumatized. I love it.
Okay, hi, see you later.
Go out, see you, mate. See you. Holy sheesh.
Wow, that's a hell of a way to get the kids' heart rate up and get them a little bit unsettled,
Fire!
Yeah.
Well, mate, I'm going to call it. That is me. Have a lovely Sunday. I just can't wait for Sunday, man. Oh, hang on. We could have another caller here. Someone said I missed the number. But
yeah, check the number in there.
Yeah, I think we got the number up here. It is
949 555, and that's an 021 number.
Going on.
949 555.
What's really pissed me
Do you
off,
wanna call
Benny
the,
Mac, is my I bought a lotto ticket, the 28 bucker one, because I was going to go for the 16 million jackpot to 18, and the thing didn't let me check the ticket myself. It just automatically rolled me over into a bonus ticket for next week's draw, which really pisses me off.
What?
I know.
Oh, dude.
G'day, mate. Who's that?
G'day, Thane.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Who we got? Oh, it's Selena.
Yeah.
Oh, oops, sorry, that's me burping again. Welcome to the show, mate. How are you? Good, going well?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, fantastic.
Good to hear your voice.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah. I tried to join via my phone, but
Oh,
the audio, there was something up with the audio, and I tried to unmute it. And just
so
shit like
I'll
that.
tell you what it is. You got to be on a Chrome browser, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not on a Chrome
I'm on
browser,
Android. Yeah. So
yeah.
I'll sort that out. And then I tried my laptop, and I was like, oh, well, fuck it. Yeah. I don't want to cause any stress, so yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you made it on.
Yeah.
We got Brendan Hogan here. So he just said he's won a 28 bucks and a bonus ticket. Good. I'm glad the money's going to you. Oh, we've got another call here.
I've never bought a lotto ticket ever.
You never? Oh, okay. Shit.
You got to be in to win, caller.
Yeah, you got to be in to win.
Yeah. I know, but you win in different ways, right?
Oh, that's
There's
true.
Benny there. There's Benny there.
Yeah,
Hi.
Benny's here. Selena says hi.
Yeah, how you doing, caller?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Exciting times. Exciting
Yeah.
times. Thanks for calling in. You're going to have to get your webcam sorted and then make sure that you're operating on a Chrome browser.
Chrome browser.
Yeah, well, I'm somewhat technical, somewhat related to an IT business, so it's very good.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
All
next
right.
time. Hey, nice talking to you. I think I just missed a call from somebody else, but thank you very much for your call. I appreciate you being on the show.
Awesome. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you, caller.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Very high energy, very positive response there.
We got one spare caller, one spare line before we wrap things up. Oh, we're a little bit over. I really want to get out of here by 10:30, so let's put that call up. Mate, thank you very much for another great week. We've talked to so many people this week. I should do
Absolutely.
I should do like
an
a
exciting times.
I should do a best of the week, that type of thing for us. You know,
What we could do is on a Sunday night we might do an omnibus and
stream them back to back.
You
That's
roll them
good.
back to back.
I think you're on something here. All right, mate. Catch you later, eh? Oh, hang on. You want to stick around for one more call?
Yeah, let's take this call.
Talkback. Hello.
Hey, that's David.
Oh, g'day, mate. How are you?
Easy Dave or
Hey,
WhatsApp Dave?
Oh, I thought you were another Dave. Oh.
No, it's me. Come on.
Yeah. Recap what's happening. You can't join the video feed, or what's your story?
No, I just decided to ring up. I just saw the phone number come up on the screen, and I decided to call, and I saw the number. It was 021949 555, but I saw it as 849 555, and I had to go and look at the number again and dial it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So you did well. I'm impressed. I think you've done well. You've taken the opportunity. You've used potentially some free minutes that you wouldn't have otherwise get to use. So you've gone there, dude. You've taken it very far, and we appreciate you.
I'm here now, and I'll be going in a sec. But I'll listen to. It's really good. It's on Facebook, your podcast and everything. I'm in on YouTube and everything. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
I really like seeing the shows again. And seeing if I miss them, I see them, and it's really good, Thane. And I really appreciate your all the amazing input of all the people all the guests, and all the great work you do with interviewing them and everything. It's really, really good. Thanks for that, Thane.
You know what? I'm surprised that people actually want to come on and agree. Yep, okay, count me in. I'll do it. It's very kind
Yeah,
of you.
I'm sorry. I just do a bit of a random rave, but I can't really. I'm not really all that with it. That's why I recap
you know what?
today, because I don't even recap it properly.
It's okay.
Oh, I think you've done a great. I think you've actually recapped it nicely. It's really important for us.
You
to get
do a really
feedback
good
from the
job at
community.
recapping stuff, Ben. You should be called Recap Ben. Not what do you get called now? What does he get called? What
Fact
does he get called?
checker. He's kind of like
I'm the resident fact checker, my
He
friend, and that
recapped
is a fact.
everything really well. He was 100 million times better than I ever was on radio.
That's true.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
Oh, buddy.
And thanks,
Hey,
Thane.
can I just ask a question?
I don't accept that.
Is Recap Dave from Pihar back in the day?
What? Say that again?
You're from Pihar back in the day, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone
I was called Crazy
Pihar.
Dave at Pihar.
All right, Crazy Dave. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Bless up.
See you soon. Bye. See you, matey. So you're out.
Okay, take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not a crook. I'm not a crook.
See you, pal. There he is. Yeah, as it turns out, he is the said Dave from back in the day, which is to answer your question, Stefan. That's the show. Back on Monday. Crazy Dave. There he is. He's identified himself as Crazy Dave now. There you go. Big week next week, so come back. You can watch us on listen to us on Spotify, or replay the show on all our Facebook pages and